Hi Sagittarius Moons, thank you so much for being here. I am Divine Femme Care 144, very happy, grateful, and blessed to bring you this reading. This reading is designed for those who have their moon sign in the zodiac sign of Sagittarius, unlimited to anyone who should find this message or should this message find you. For this reading, I will be doing a 3-card spread, mind, body, and spirit, using the Melanated Classic Tarot deck. I'm going to clarify those 3 cards using the Egyptian Tarot deck. And at the end of your reading, I will do an overall major arcana card coming from the Golden Tarot deck. And I did have a popper come through, which is the Hangman here. This being a card of 12 in the major. And the main message I was getting from this is just being a sign of this being a part of your purpose here, you being a part of the tribe, you taking one for the team, if not quite a few for the team, and in doing so, receiving that divine light and guidance that's leading into your heavy ass amount of abundance. So just being of high divinity and fulfilling your purpose, completing karmas, being diligent, patient, knowing when to suspend yourself, to be able to see, to observe, to hear, to use all of your senses to be able to make the best choices and decisions. But again, mainly just this getting overall being related to tribal energy here, because this has been coming out, I believe, in almost every single reading for a while now. And then with the background that we have here, we are giving honor, recognition, and thanks to Ophiuchus Moons who are being featured in the Spotlight series. The beautiful rainbows being connected to freedom, uniqueness, rarity, a special purpose in this lifetime, being a part of this Hangman energy here. The energy of healing and clearing chakras also being representative from the rainbow. Having a connection with all of the 7 energetic chakras from within us. And then also Ophiuchus Moons being strong representative of the divine feminine energy, bringing feminine power back to the light, putting it in the spotlight that it deserves, and that being a particular part of, I feel, each and every one of us as our purpose here in this lifetime. The Snake Bearer, snake charming energy, using this the venom from the snake that can be poisonous, but it can also be healing. That energy coming through there too as well. Looking at the bigger picture of all, and in all essence, while doing so, because I'm getting this strongly, there being strong contemplation, reflection on the past. I feel you come to a particular part of your journey here where you're able to kind of sit and be in the suspension here to be able to see how far it is that you've come, and having some real true reflection on what you can do to better serve yourself even more than you have been before. That coming into play here with the Ophiuchus Moons and their message being to treat yourself and make sure you take this time every single day to recognize yourself and to love yourself and to do something that you really enjoy, or to plan for something that's going to fulfill your happiness, to keep you content, to put a smile on your face for yourself every day. And then the moon energy that I have here, this being from Scorpio moons and the most recent Spotlight series, but this message coming through being used for your reading here as we are in a waning gibbous moon coming from a full moon from yesterday. And this reading is timeless, so do take it as it resonates. But this card being, what do you need to release? The waning moon. And this was the selection. There were a couple of cards, but the one that rang out the most here was the waning moon energy. And I do want to say that if you know any Ophiuchus Moons, do send them some love. I will leave all the traditional information for Ophiuchus Moons in the traditional box. Description box. And what I was going to say is that Ophiuchus Moons really aren't all about tradition. That's where that was going. Oh, that was fun. All right. Let me grab the reading here. All right. So what do you need to release? Waning moon. The waning moon points to what's falling away. Life goes in cycles, and sometimes we need downtime or to let go. No matter when in the moon cycle you pull this card, it's a sign that a situation has peaked for better or worse, and it's time for you to go easier. It's the autumn and winter of the cycle. So what do you need to release? Almost certainly something from the situation you're asking about. This card can be very positive, but it can still be gently suggesting that you let something go and stop trying so hard. Attune to the moon by affirming it's safe to let go and move on. Additional meanings for this card. Move forward with as little resistance as possible. This is not the time to start new projects. Releasing emotional baggage is recommended now. Say sorry to someone. Do energetic work such as meditation or yoga. Soon you will see what lies ahead. The teaching. At the time of the waning cycle, take a moment to look up in the skies every night. You will see the moon growing smaller and smaller as she moves from full to new again. It's the time when things are falling away. It's certainly not the time to cling on to anyone or anything. Drawing this card suggests your situation is in its autumn and winter phase, so hunker down and start the regeneration process, boo. I added that on at the end there. So I do feel that with this suspension, you're definitely ready for a lot of good newness here in your life. Putting yourself first, having learned some really hard lessons, but those lessons helping you to realize just how magical and how wealthy, how healthy, how truly blessed it is that you really are, and what it is that you really are here to do. Being a part of a team, finding that you're a part of a team here. This being a major discovery here too. It's separating the wheat from the chaff. Is that how you say it? That's what's coming through there too. So I'm going to shuffle this back in here. In the tradition box. Oh, I love when that happens. It's been happening my whole life. And it's alright. That's how my mind works. Sometimes it comes out the way it wants to. And I'm cool with it. Alright, and then we'll get to this deck here. That Hangman energy is a card of Pisces. That being a sister sign for you. With both of your energies being ruled by Jupiter here. We have the Strength card, this being a card of 8, wanting to pop through, just showing how it is that you're being seen, what it is that you're doing. You're very strong and conquering a lot here. This just being a part of that energy of me picking up you, just being through enough, quite a bit, having gone through a lot, the trial and tribulation. And now the reward being this 2 of Cups here. Boom, boom, boom. Uh-oh. The first time ever I saw your face. Some of y'all like Roberta Flack. Got some old heads up in the hills. What up? Alright, we'll do one more here. I think that was staying on there too. Look at that. Partnership. So many partnership coming through. It's being about equal exchange and reciprocity. destined, fated, healing energy that's coming through for you. Great rewards coming in this loving relationship and partnership. It doesn't have to be romantic, but I do feel for a lot of you. And with the fiery engines from within, you're definitely prepared and have prepared yourself throughout the cycle here. I feel that despite what it is that you've gone through, you stayed ready. You stayed in preparation. You've had that fire, kindling that fire and tending to it as you've been going through things, but making sure that you are really treating yourself. I feel like a lot of you have been doing this on the low here and really doing what's best for you in the meantime, in between time, without it being really something that's been exposed here. Someone's in their head about this here too, because you're moving on and into a partnership. We got poppers galore, and this whoever is a part of this Nine of Swords here, this is due to a third-party situation that's being over here. You putting this to the back burner. You putting this behind you. Fuck the back burner. It's gone. It's over. This is done. Lessons have been learned. You're no longer staying in this energy, and you're manifesting Two of Cups here. That's coming through for you. Makes sense, though, because I channeled your title a while ago. Yeah, you stand in your ground. You being successful and overcoming. Possibly Six of Wands. This could be you making a choice when it came to others who weren't quite meeting you at your level here. Who had you split, who had you feeling torn. This is your energy here with the fire. But you reaching the top, and now that you've reached the top, you don't want to be bothered by any of those energies that did not help you to get there and only caused you grief on the way up. Alright, let's try to get this mixed in here. These cards are hot. Okay, Sagittarius moons for your mind card. We have the Eight of Cups, so you walking away from what no longer serves, leaving a lack of emotion here. You're ready for some good intensity, some good fire, good passion that's meeting your fire. You're done with the blasé. You're done with the lessons. You're done with the toxic cycles and dealing with people who, I'm just hearing aren't healed. I feel that with the amount of energy that's here, with the 8, this being about what's leading to your prosperity, you're very tired, having dealt with this lack of emotional fulfillment when it comes to all of these cups, and going through each of these cycles here as an Ace of Cup energy here, where I'm getting each of these being particular cycles and them all being draining because there was no water in any of these cups. And you finding that the supply that you had been giving to these particular cycles here were not filling your cup back up. So you learning how to fill up your own cup and keep your cup filled. And that being about that in the meantime, in between time, and what it is that you've been doing and preparing yourself for this walking away here. Being prepared if you were not being served after learning a few times here, and then just being in the complete energy of that action from this red here to be able to propel yourself away from situations here that are not giving back to you. And so that Two of Cups coming through as a part of what it is that you're manifesting has that importance. This 8 also being tied to that Strength card, with the Strength card being the 8 as well. So I feel this is about you overcoming and getting away from situations also too that have been deemed as overpowering, or anyone who has tried to control or manipulate you, that have been more aggressive than loving. You're over it and you're moving away from it and moving towards that 9 of Cup energy, which is after this 8 of Cups here. This is Scorpio energy. Some of you may have, if not a lot of you, have Scorpio very strongly in your birth chart. Also, Taurus energy is coming through here too, and I'm getting the red and the green being connected as Taurus and Scorpio energies here. But you could also be, this is, you know, if this isn't about walking away from what no longer serves, where I'm getting this being that for a lot of you, you're also traveling. This being about some travel here, having this in the mind to get away and go on a vacation and treat yourself. You're already on the right path here. Coming from that 7 energy, which is right before the 8. This is water energy, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, and Ophiuchus. We'll see what we have for the mind. Options. So this being a part of that reflection is what I'm getting. With that hangman energy and the hangman that was looking back towards the past, even towards the moon energy, it's possible with the full moon that we just had and the illumination. Let me check here. So the illumination is currently at 97.8%. And so I do feel that with that illumination and there being some uncovering about some secrets here, it's just being about the options that you have. You're realizing, and that was what I had mentioned earlier too, totally channeling this, you realizing that you actually have a team and you're not alone and you are surrounded by a good amount of healthy, supportive energy who definitely sees you and feels you and appreciates you. And these being a part of the options that you have, realizing that you have more than what it is that you believed or thought that you had. You being so strong in your manifestations here, it helping you to be able to propel yourself. Again, it going back to that propelling energy. And we do have that full moon in this 8 of Cups card here. And so with that reflection, I was also going from this 8 of Cups to the 7 of Cups there. And that being about you being on the right path, which I just mentioned right before pulling this card, that 7 energy coming right before the 8 there. So this being about you going back and reflecting on what it is that you really do have, seeing what it is that you have, what you've already experienced and what you no longer want to experience. Some of those options aren't the best. So I think it's also too about you feeling through this, having learned those lessons and asking yourself if you really want to return to energies that were more of a detriment. This also being about the pros and cons. Really taking the time to assess the situation and do what's best for you. More Cups energy, and this is about that emotional fulfillment and what it is that you are really manifesting for yourself because of the lack energy that a lot of this has brought towards your atmosphere. Another card of Pisces. So we got strong Pisces energy that's coming through for your reading. But with that Cups, this is more water, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, and Ophiuchus. You're paying attention to the details here too. That being Virgo energy, 6th house energy. And we do have 8, 7. So that 6 could be rolling through here. But I am picking that up too. That with this new cycle that you have, by walking away, you making the best option for yourself and really making sure and taking a look at all it is that you've done. That just, again, being a part of that hangman energy and that suspension. To really truly feel through the situation and know that you are doing what's best for you. Know that there's confirmation in that 7 there with the angelic message of you being on the right path. 7th house energy of Libra is coming through. One of these options may smoke cigarettes if this is about partnerships. So I would just say whatever that brings up for you and that feeling, I feel it's about really listening to yourself and trusting your instincts so that you aren't making any repeats to stay stagnant or to keep you stagnant. For your spirit card. Yeah, and that's what I was feeling too. This person, this may be that person that smokes cigarettes. Someone who is regretting not taking an opportunity when they had it. A divine offer. And this cup being a part of what it is that you were offering here. Where I feel you've taken this cup back and now moving towards that 9 of Cups there to create your 10 of Cups. And I do feel this is a particular energy here that is one of these options here. And this one here with the wreath, where this is a very strong symbol in the 6 of Swords. Or excuse me, not the 6 of Swords. And maybe that's the the guidance that's coming through, is to follow through with that 6 of Swords when it comes to a particular energy here on someone who did not take the opportunity when they had the chance. But I was going to say that wreath coming through in the 6 of Wands. And that 6 of Wands was a part of that 7 of Wands, with the 6 wands beneath that 7 of Wands, or the Ace of Wands that was in the hand of your energy. You standing at the top of the hill, at the top of the mountain, holding that new Ace of Wands beginning with that 6 of Wands, kind of poking and jabbing to try to get your attention. Now that could be one particular person, or that could be the energy of different energies all coming together that have been a part of some cycles here having to do with what it is that you're walking away from. I feel also, too, this possibly being about confusion, and because of the options that you've had, maybe going back to the past and being confused. And if this is the case and it has you feeling this way and you don't want to feel that way, continue to be in this energy of moving away from what no longer serves you. Because I do feel that any kind of backtracking is also bringing up past energies that may be unwanted. And that being right here in the 4 of Cups. This is a lot of emotion here. And this is a lot of water. This is a lot of, I feel, what it is that you've been missing as a part of that fire and that passion. As some kind of beautiful activity and adventure for you that has kept you stagnant. So with that question of what do you need to release, I feel that the supportive guidance is definitely coming through in this reading for you. And I do feel that there's a very strong knowing where it may be very hard to let go, but know that in letting go and releasing, it's also creating space for what is going to provide that integral contentment, peace, happiness, and joy for you. And it won't be about all of this energy where I am getting a sense of confusion or feeling like you don't know which option to take. Feel through what it is that you've gone through. Know from the past what you've experienced and what you no longer want for yourself. If you've given an opportunity to someone here, they may have a hard time letting you go. I feel that you've already been in this energy here, walking away. And there's just someone here in particular who's having a hard time releasing and letting you go. Do what's best for you. This did kind of come through with Ophiuchus Moon's reading, the last reading I just did. 4 of Cups is water energy, more water energy, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, and Ophiuchus. And that's also having to do with the energy of, I was going to say Ophiuchus, but Cancerian energy. And when I said Ophiuchus, that could be definitely a very transformative energy. So someone who really had a great effect on your transformation and the change from within you, helping you to come into greater spirituality and an awakening. And that being a strong connection for you, where I feel it was possibly very hard for you to release. And now with you releasing, it being somewhat difficult for a particular energy here to actually release that. Now realizing what it is that they had with this connection here. And that being a part of that Pisces energy there too, where this could also be about a telepathic connection here that you had with someone. But I do feel this is about your offer here, and an offer coming through for you. And there just being that 3 of Cups party, celebration, having more than enough here, and taking it for granted, this divine offer that came through. So let's move these over. We'll get to your clarifiers here. I'm going to put the deck up here. All right, we'll clarify the Eight of Cups. I'm also getting regrets here. You walking away, having options, and someone having a really hard time releasing here. So for the Eight of Cups, we have the Emperor, we have the Justice in reverse, we have the Ace of Chalices, and we have the Four of Wands. So this being about affected stability when it comes to matters of the home here. Leaving a home. For a lot of you, leaving also a divine partnership. And I do feel that the reasons are very clear for you as far as this disconnect here. And I feel it applies differently for many of you here. So this being about that cup, there it is right there. And the basis of it all here, coming down to you learning that lesson on how to fill your own cup, and in doing so, it's creating this new beginning here of this ace here. You have Ace of Chalices. That ace energy having nothing to do with the past at all. So in all of that, that just being exactly what I said, you taking your own cup, filling your own cup, learning how to do this, and taking your cup and moving towards that Nine of Cups, creating this overall Ten of Cups here. And that 10 coming down to a 1 here. So with that Ten of Cups, that being about an ending, connected to a disconnect here, leaving a home or a situation that has to do with union here, and moving towards greater emotional fulfillment and happiness and contentment. And a lot of love coming towards you here, given the energy of all of these being 3 cup cards here. Yeah. So with that, I'm just getting this just being about an injustice that came through. This could also be about selfishness when it came to a union or a situation that came to a matter of the home here. And you moving away from this because there was injustice here. Unlawfulness, imbalance. Something not being fair. Not being loving. Not being comforting in the way that it was to be here with this Ace of Cups and the 4-1 there in reverse. It's also being an 8. So I just feel it's confirmation for the 8 energy connected to the Strength card, and then also to the 8 of Cups here. The Strength card in this deck here that we've seen right before these cards. And then that 8 of Cups there. And then you dealing with a particular energy here that I do feel was very stubborn. It being about that overpowering energy that you were dealing with that 8 connected to this Emperor energy here. Someone who was controlling, overpowering, abusing their position. Again, being very stubborn. Having a lot and being very abundant, but not sharing and being stingy. Given the position of leadership that was designed to help them to be able to help others to come into leadership as well, but being of tyranny here. Not being confirmation right there. So we'll leave this on top. This overall coming together to create that 9 of Cups, where I do feel that is what you're moving towards. If you're not in it already, seeing wish fulfillment for yourself in the motion of walking away from what no longer serves you. Clarify these 7 of Cups. And I'm just hearing like mad options. You got so many options. So many options. Clarify the Seven of Cups. Yeah, Three of Swords. I feel this Three of Swords is more of a painful energy for others. I don't feel this has to do with you. That's not what I'm getting. I'm getting that because you have so many options, it's creating a Three of Swords for the energies that you are leaving behind. Where this is about a karmic return and not having to do with that 8 energy, with the 8 also being the symbol for the infinity sign, and what goes around comes around. So by you walking away and moving into greater options for yourself, selecting and having manifested choices for yourself, it's just creating a painful situation for those who took you for granted. This being that energy right here. I'm not getting third-party situation. I do feel that you, again, have learned from this. You're beyond this. No longer manifesting that type of energy for yourself, but manifesting greater abundance, and it's painful for others. Shocker. To see you winning, to see you happy, to see you manifesting and doing your thing, because these energies wanted to keep you stuck. That 3 connected to this Three of Swords here, the 3 of Cups that is in this 4 of Cups here, being connected to this 3. That's what I'm getting there too. We also have that 3 of Cup energy here and the 8 of Cups on top of a 5 of Cup, and that 5 of Cup having to do with regret there too as well. And even on top of this 4 of Cups, we have the 4 of Cups here, where we have 4 Cup here, and the 3 of Cups on top. So you transmuting the energy of the negative energy of your offer not being taken because of a 3 of Cup energy and the choice by someone else to participate in more of this 3 of Cup energy where I feel it's more toxic. You overturning this and making that selection for yourself by creating an elevated 3 of Cups where you now have more abundance and options here. And that, again, just being painful for someone else or others due to the choices that they made towards you in the past. This is air energy, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. Let's clarify the 4 of Cups. Alright, so we have the Queen of Chalices in reverse. And then we have the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. So this just being about the regret of what it is that this person lost out on when it came to you. You being this Queen of Chalices. Chalices being cups. Being full of love. This being all the love. About all the love from within. And this being representation of all of these cards here being all cups. This being about the draining energy of what it is that you've experienced, and now the reward coming through for you as these options here, but then also the 9 of Cups energy here and the 10 of Cups that I was getting as a channeling here. So this just being about that representation of you being the chalice, the Queen of Chalices here, and with this reversal connected to this Ace of Pentacles, there not being an offer of abundance here. This person realizing what it is that they lost by not making the choice to choose the offer that was given. This handing of the cup here by this Queen of Chalice that I do believe is you. Very similar to this energy in this offer here. Handing a cup and them not taking it. And this not being on the table anymore. This was creating a great amount of wealth here for this individual or individuals. I feel that you have a very, excuse me, golden aura. And that's come through in many of your readings with that 9 of Pentacles that shines so bright. And this melanated classic tarot deck. That card has come out very heavy for you. And you do have a very strong energy, a very magnetic and potent energy coming from your fire energy. And you being Sagittarius Moon overall. being that joy of life, that joie de vivre, and the lighthearted, happy, fun, go-getting, free-spirited, and also highly spiritual energy that is a true blessing, that is a part of your gifts that you bring to each and every person that you come into contact with. And so I just feel that there's some things about you where you are, you know, a certain particular person as, you know, a part of your journey here that was incognito. And because it was incognito and not seen by those who were not awakened to the truth of you, just again taking for granted the opportunity that they had to have something to build with you, just bringing a great amount of abundance to them, possibly also believing that due to the connection that it would always be there, and you just being in your power, that strength card coming through, and the propelling energy of you walking away, creating the change and making your own successful new starts. It's helping others to see what it is that they no longer have, which is what they had here in you as this Queen of Chalices, a very loving, nurturing, giving, kind, beautiful, graceful, angelic, intuitive, smart, funny, loved, and lovable energy here, who could do many, many magical things. In the world that you create, it's magnificent. So in a disconnect with this energy or these energies here, again, them just realizing what it is that they no longer have by not having you. Let's get to your final card here for Sagittarius moons. I do feel that there's some energies that have tried, but they're still on the same levels and the same cycles. And so you're seeing this and not seeing anything different because you've made drastic changes for yourself and from within yourself and in your life. And so I feel that because of what it is that you've seen, that you've done for yourself and how you've done it, if other energies, you know, that have not done the same thing and continue to communicate or try to reach out to you or bring you into their world in the same manner, it's instant walk away. You're not having it anymore. For Sagittarius moons, one card. This all being a part of that bigger design. Sagittarius moons. And I said one card. Looks like we got many here. So we have the Devil. This being a card of 15 breaks down to an overall 6. Energy of Capricorn. And I feel that this is about that intensity, that magnetism, other energies being obsessed with you, male and female energies. Anyone that comes into contact you can feel the gooiness, the beautiful, loving warmth and emotion, the potency that comes from you here, this being a part of this energy here. And other energies coming into connect with you, being at that 3D level, it comes off as this energy here of a lower vibration, as toxicity, but being pretty much obsessed with you and addicted, feeling addicted to you. And I feel that's a part of your purpose, your power and your purpose to help others to come out of these energies, to realize, you know, the truth of situations, to help them to elevate. Saturnian energy tied to this as well, with Saturn being the ruler of Capricorn. And then I'm getting the Lover's energy, with that being a card of 6 and the major arcana connected to this. And the choice, this being about those choices. And where those choices lead us to. Underneath, we have Judgment in reverse here. And overall, I'm just getting this being about that decision, what I just said about choices. And I do feel this is about that wheel that's turning, with the energy of 10 also being Capricorn. But I'm seeing this as a slow wheel, almost like a clock, with time coming through. And once that clock hits a certain time, I'm getting 12 o'clock. This being a card of 20, breaking down to a 2. But that 12 o'clock energy also being about the hangman energy. That hangman being upside down. I'm seeing this very similar energy connected to this judgment in reverse here. Speaking to you being that judgment call there. So that being about your choice here too as well. And the overall guidance that's coming through as these messages of a particular energy who is making a specific presence in your atmosphere here. And you having that decision to do what's best for you, to do what's right, and to continue to be true to you, because we do have this energy here that is coming through, where it reflects on both sides here for you and for who it is that you've been connecting to. Do what's best for you. I feel also too, this is about a reminder with that 3 of Swords and the energy I was picking up on with this wreath and seeing that skull connected to this cup, getting that tied to this energy here, someone who really truly did not take the offer that you gave and took you for granted. And having such a great potential and a massive amount of abundance here. And I feel that it was about a contract and a promise of the masculine energy that's present here, being a part of the leadership. And instead of being that leadership and that coming through with that Emperor, instead of doing that, they abused that. They abused that right. They abused that gift that was given to them. What it is that they signed up for, they did not follow through with as a part of a contract here. And it's leading to this instability of a 4 of Wands here. Selfishness coming through that just led to your overall coming into your creation of your own happiness and learning how to fill up your own cup. And that being an injustice here overall. And we do have that connected here with justice being about that imbalance when it comes to fairness, and then the application of that judgment, or the justice being about the judgment energy here. So this having yet again to come into play, you being that judgment call maker there. So Sagittarius moons, do what's best for you again. We have it all here for you to see. You're manifesting 3 of Pentacles here, working together. This could also be about third party. I also feel that who it is that took you for granted and didn't take the offer may have been a part of another union here. That has to do with the baby and a family. And this being a part of a 3D process that you know all too well that you got yourself out of. And with that lower vibration coming through and this person being a part of something that is already taking place, having made the choice, that 3 energy being right here, believing that their happiness was in doing something that others wanted for them. And I feel it's a part of this here, and getting married to someone that they barely knew, having children or bringing a family together with children here, and this just being a part of that 3D programming that's going to produce more of those toxic cycles, more of those, excuse me, prolonged energies of, you know, experiencing everything, going through the motions, and everything that happens with those cycles there. And there's just being a restart here of that for these particular energies here. You getting out of this here because you realize that's not what you want anymore and you're not doing it again. And then let's see what we have on the bottom here. Yeah, you're not doing it again. You're not. You're done. So I do feel that there's, you know, some kind of wavering. This just being a reminder of what it is. If, you know, this is about past persons that are coming through. Cycles are closed. You've completed these karmas successfully. There's no need for you to backtrack, to look back. Know that you created options. You are moving forward and moving forward successfully. And what you are doing is creating great things here. You got a 9 of Cups here and wish fulfillment here. You're seeing your wishes come true by the walking away process here. So anything that wants to continue to lurk or, you know, stay attached, it won't have any effect on what it is that you've got going here as a part of your destiny and your fate here. Karmic cycles have closed. That 21 is right here. New cycles beginning for you here. You're following along with the moon energy here too as well. And that being about what it is that you are needing to release. Seeing what it is that you need to release and making sure that you do that and do it successfully so that there are no repeats from the past here. You're ready for new. True Sagittarius moon energy coming through. You are ready for new, ready for some fun, some fire, some adventure. Great passion, great production, emotional fulfillment for you coming through. This was great. We'll see what we have on the bottom for the majors. Yeah, it's over. This is compacted energy of a situation or situations being completely done. Completely done. Scorpio energy here, also Ophiuchus energy, and that did come through when I was talking about the Cancerian energy here. So with all these cups, very possible you were dealing with a Scorpio who had very strong Ophiuchus energy also too, and this could apply for you as well. That 13 coming down to the 4. We have a 4 here and a 4 here. This person also could be not well, having some internal issues, and that just being a part of not doing that work, not being healed. An unhealed individual, not being healed, not doing the inner work, and because of that energetic energy that's from within that's not healed, it's causing a dis-ease from within here where the chakras are affected, those energetic centers, and that also is affecting the physical body there too. You also realizing all this connection here, and just making sure you take care of yourself. And you being on the right path, having options, creating new by having these major endings here. You have the World card and the Death card here. Complete endings to these situations for good. Rebirth energy for you overall. Aligning with the moon energies and then connecting with that sun energy and that rebirth that's coming through for you. And I was getting the energy of 19 with the energy of the 7 and the 4 and the 8 all coming together to create that 19, and the 19 being the sun card and the major arcana, and that being about that rebirth and that new life and that new energy that's coming through for you, and that contentment and that wonderful, great amount of happiness and joy and peace that you have manifested for yourself. Standing your ground on this too with that 7 of Wands and making sure you stay on that level and on that path, continuing into that elevation. Cycles are closed and you're making it clear. All right, wonderful reading. Stay strong. This is great, Sagittarius moons. I love you and I'm really proud of you. Every single one of you that this resonates for. Beautiful energy, and it just speaks to the level of strength from within you and how it is that you really have stayed the course, stayed strong, really stayed strong and made the change for yourself. Feeling passionate about this here too, because it's going to create change for others so that this type of energy does not continue in the way that it has. And it also creates a better life and a better world as a gateway here for these beautiful children that are coming into the world, so they don't have to experience these types of things anymore that you have experienced, along with many others here. Light workers and energy healers and empaths who are making waves and creating great change by really standing up in the name of love for self and completing and closing major toxic karmic cycles here. So I hope that these messages were helpful, enlightening, enriching, and empowering. I thank you all so much for your continued love and support. I really appreciate every single one of you. Welcome to all new subscribers, and until we meet again, I wish you all the very best. Take great care. I love you. I love you. I love you. Peace.